Hi guys, thanks for tuning to this episode of Nick Egan Times. On this episode, we have a tremendous guest. We have the incredible Sean Patrick Small. Sean Patrick Small is an actor, writer, and director. Sean is best known for the most recent HBO series released, Winning Time: The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty, 2022, in which Sean plays Larry Bird in it and does an amazing job playing Larry Bird in the series. Welcome to the multi-talented Sean Patrick Small. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. How's it all been going over there?
It's good. It's been a lot of good things coming out from the show and a lot of interviewing and press and stuff like that. So it's been fun. It's been like a roller coaster of a ride.
Incredible. And how has the pandemic previously affected you personally and professionally?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is with the pandemic, I was actually not on any casting sites for acting roles for, I want to say, the whole time that the pandemic was happening and probably 6 months prior to that, and was just really focused on my writing. So in terms of like my day job and stuff like that, I was still technically working remote, and then we were back in the office, but like in a skeleton crew sense. But it really helped me hone in and focus on my writing craft. I actually finished 2 feature film scripts when I was writing during the pandemic. And then, yeah, because I wasn't on those casting sites, I didn't really actually see the Larry Bird casting notice until my sister-in-law's friend sent a text to my sister-in-law, and then that's how I heard of it. So it was kind of crazy how I don't want to say fell into my lap, but it just kind of came out of the blue like that.
That's an amazing story. And tell me about the series and what the process was. So when you obviously got the text and everything started to get momentum, how did it all take shape?
Yeah, in terms of the series, I reached out to my manager who was helping me with my writing projects to see if she had a friend or knew someone that managed or was an agent to actors so I could get a self-tape in. And we eventually found that with Kaylee Von Cotta, who's now my acting manager. And we shot the self-tape on a Tuesday. Wednesday morning, we sent it in. Wednesday night was told that we had a callback for Friday. Did a Zoom callback on that Friday. Was told Monday morning that we had a producer's room Zoom callback for that Tuesday. Did that on Tuesday. Felt really good about it. And then for a week, it was this kind of limbo of like, all right, you're still in the running, but they haven't picked anyone yet. And then that following Tuesday, I was told that I got the role. And it was just like, it happened so fast that I didn't really have time to comprehend what was happening and how much this would change my life. But at the same time, I was driving to work when I found out and kind of was like, all right, I can't crash right now. That would be devastating.
That's superb. That's incredible. And tell me when you started obviously getting into the role as playing Larry Bird, what was the process behind that? And did you study him? Did you speak to him? Like, how did you actually get into character?
Yeah. So the funny thing about that is when I was at the end of my college time, like when I was about to graduate, I was trying to find ways to interweave my acting and writing loves. And I'd been told I kind of looked like Larry Bird when I was in high school, and I played basketball and all this stuff. So I thought, like, all right, let's see if this guy has like a good backstory to write about and see if there's like something there. And my friend gave me this book, When March Went Mad, and I read that, and Larry's backstory is incredible. It's very depressing in parts. It's like exhilarating in others. And I went out and just kind of started writing a biopic about Larry Bird, which ended up morphing into a mini series about him and Magic from their high school years to the 79 championship game. So I had been doing that since like 2014, 2015. So when this came up, it was like, all right, I have all the research down. Now I just had to hone in on the physicality and the accent, and just, I mean, based on the scripts, like, where is this character in those moments too? and figuring that out. So it kind of, like I said before, it didn't fall into my lap, but there was all this preparation that happened beforehand that really became just like this cosmic thing that came together, and it was incredible.
That is incredible. And what were the people like on set, and what was the vibe like, and what was the background behind that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that, the people, the cast and crew, everyone on set was just so awesome. I mean, this was a massive project. It was not easy. I like, my hat goes off to all the crew because of all the stuff they had to do in terms of basketball scenes, in terms of hair and makeup, in terms of wardrobe and all that type of stuff. But everyone really loved what they were doing. So it was just like this genuine experience of everyone loving their craft and coming together to create this product. The cast is so diverse in the sense of there are so many vets like the John C. Rileys and the Adrian Brodies and the Jason Segels. And then there are people like me who this is like their first big break with like Quincy Isaiah and Solomon. And I think the new energy mixed with the vets that knew that this was going to be like something special really created this atmosphere of fun, but also professionalism on set that like brought the best out of everybody.
Oh, that's incredible. I mean, you should be extremely proud of yourself to obviously get the role. Did you feel any pressure playing Larry Bird? Obviously, being an iconic person that he is worldwide, did you feel any pressure, obviously, having to act as Larry Bird?
It's funny because I think as I was doing it, I didn't feel pressure, but after production ended, I was like, oh wow, that could have been really like a weight on my shoulders if I overthought it and thought like, everyone was telling me on set, like, man, how does it feel? You're playing Larry Bird, like Larry Legend. Like, and I'm like, I mean, this is the chance of a lifetime. And I think there was like this disconnect of people thinking like I had this huge, momentous thing that I had to do. And I just wasn't coming at it from that kind of mind space, which really helped in being free on set. But after it ended, it was like, whoa, that really happened. And I'm actually playing Larry Bird. And it was just, it's something that you can't comprehend until after the fact because of how fast it moved, right? Like I told you, it was like 2 weeks from audition to getting the role. 2 weeks after that, I was on set. So there wasn't time to really comprehend. It was just like, all right, go, 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 go.
Yeah, 100%. It's very sensational. As you said, obviously, you're in the moment, so everything just happened so fast, so you didn't even have time to comprehend. So, yeah, well done. You do some directing and writing. Talk to me about that as well.
Yeah. So writing, it kind of started with that Larry Bird and Magic Johnson miniseries. I always really liked telling stories. I just never really, I don't think I ever really finished a project up until I did that. I was always a guy that kind of, started a bunch of different things. And then as I got midway through, this self-doubt might creep in, or I wanted to try something new. And it was like, I'll finish that another time. So that Larry Bird project really showed me that I could actually create a cohesive thing, which helped lead me into directing. I've directed like short films, and my friend Justin Feynman and I have done a web series called With the Side of Fries, which is like a mockumentary, super absurd comedy. So I've dabbled in the directing and definitely want to get more into that, but the writing has been really fun as well, because if there's an idea that pops into my head, I'll write it down, see if I can flesh it out. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then it's a good working exercise. I don't like looking at things as a waste of time or a mistake or anything like that. They're all lessons, which is a lot easier said than done, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of the scope of the directing and writing. And I mean, I have just like a stack of pilots and feature films that I'm trying to, I'm trying to get out there at some point. So yeah, it's been all good in terms of everything happening right now.
That's brilliant and exciting at the same time, mate. So that's awesome. Have you had any mentors, and what's the best advice you've received so far in your career?
Mm. Um, I feel like I've had a lot of mentors like from different career paths. I mean, obviously my mom and my stepdad have been mentors, and they're both in, my mom has worked at Yahoo for almost 20 years now. My stepdad's an entrepreneur. Um, my wife's parents, who are doctors, have been really good mentors. And I think the through line of, I mean, my acting teacher from high school, Mrs. Moran, my acting teachers at Creator Studios, when I was first getting out there in LA. I think the through line from all of them is kind of just being in the present moment. Like, you don't want to overthink things. You want to find the passion that you have and really hone in and focus on it, and not get like, you don't want to get spread too thin. You don't want things to kind of pull at you or nug at you. Like, it's one of those things where, what's the best way to say it? It's just kind of, if you're in the moment, you'll always love what you're doing. I guess that's the best way I can put it right now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. I think that's great. What inspires you daily? What motivates you?
What motivates me is definitely that there are just so many stories to tell, whether that's through writing or acting or directing, that haven't been told yet, or that haven't been told in a certain way. Obviously, each person is different, which is why film and TV is so great, because if you took me out of this project and put another person in as Larry Bird, it would be completely different. Not saying it would be better or worse, but that's such like a exhilarating feeling of like, oh, well, this is what art is. This is the best that we can make in this very moment right now. And then if someone else made it, frame for frame, it could be better, it could be worse, but it's going to be completely different. And just that unknowing of what is going to happen next is really exciting to me.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Like keeping the suspense, and you don't know what's coming,
Yeah.
what's going. Yeah, I totally get it.
It's kind of like when in acting, a lot of actors say like, I really love taking roles that scare me or that frighten me. And that is kind of what epitomizes that like unknowing. Like, I don't know if I can get there, but I'm really going to try my best. And when we do, we're going to find something that we never could have thought of.
Yeah, and it gets you out of your comfort zone, it challenges yourself. And then once you do and get on the other side of it, you just feel incredible because you at least gave it a shot and you did your best. So
exactly.
Yeah, 100%. What are your passions and hobbies aside from everything you do in your busy schedule, especially these days?
Yeah. Basketball is definitely one of my favorite things. Just getting out there and playing. Whenever I play 5-on-5 and I'm driving back home, it's just like the best feeling in the world. I just put the windows down and just like listen to nothing and feel the endorphin surge that I got from just playing basketball. I mean, going hiking in LA is always fun. Just going to the beach and hanging out with friends. I really got good at baking during quarantine, actually. So I make really good chocolate chip cookies and blueberry coffee cake, which my wife likes and doesn't like at the same time because she doesn't want to eat too much of it. And yeah, just kind of, I'm kind of a foodie, so I like trying new restaurants and stuff like that. So that's always fun, especially in LA, because there's so many different cuisines. but yeah, those are my main things. It might seem kind of boring, but it is what it is.
Everyone has their own, passions and hobbies, right? We're all
Yeah.
unique and we're all human beings. What other projects are you working on? So you've obviously nailed this. What does the future look like for you?
Yeah, I mean the Bird and Magic miniseries is still kind of in the works, so we'll see if that goes anywhere. Um, all the other writing projects, I'm trying to pitch as well. So hopefully in the future you'll see some Sean Patrick Small written by out there, and then just acting wise, just auditioning and then prepping for season 2 since that got greenlit.
That's incredible. I look forward to seeing some of your books. I'll definitely get a copy.
Yeah.
Sean, thanks for coming on the podcast. I do appreciate it. Your trajectory in life and especially the acting that's really starting to get the momentum and take off is incredible. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what the future holds for you.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks for the time.
Oh, you're welcome, and thanks for your time, mate. Take care.